heard from me in about a week because I've been on vacation. But I'm back, and you'll be seeing more videos. You'll be seeing more lives. It's my goal to go live several times a week, at least 3 times a week, maybe 4. And this morning at 10 a.m., I was scheduled to do a live. I was scheduled to do Ike Corte versus Esrelandi Lara going out to Trey Titan. But I told you that if I scheduled it ahead of time, something would get in the way and it wouldn't happen. So I think that I am just best to just do the lives kind of randomly. I'll get better about doing the live when I schedule it ahead of time. But 10 a.m. is probably not a good time to do a live. I'm off the rest of the week, so that's why I was able to do it at 10 a.m. or thought I was going to do it at 10 a.m. So, but what I want to do is I want to start doing fantasy fight requests via live streaming. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to test that this evening with more notable fighters, which is Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson. And Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali versus Mike Tyson is the very first fantasy fight that I did when I started this channel. And I think that it's the most popular fantasy fight amongst fans. Tell me if I'm wrong. But I do want to cover this fight in this live. I want to give you my thoughts. I want to start off with my thoughts, and then I'm going to take your opinions or give your opinions while I'm talking. So let me see if anyone's poured in. Hey, Terrell C. How's it going? Yeah, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. I'll give it just another minute or two before I get into it. I'm kind of giving this off the top of my head. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So, at least 2 more people, and then I'll get started. Smash those likes for me. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. This channel is going places, and I want to take you all to those places with me. So, yes, indeed. Mike Tyson versus Muhammad Ali. Two more people. 2 more people. And as I said, I'll get better with planning ahead when it comes to these live streams. That's my cat. That's my cat. Say hello, Midnight. Say hi, Midnight. You a boxing fan? I'll give it another 2 minutes. Another 2 minutes. Hope everyone is good. I just got back from sunny Florida, Fort Walton, Florida. Spent a little time in Destin. So Florida is an absolute paradise. Such a beautiful state, such great energy in the state of Florida. So much to do. Just so much to do. I went on a dolphin sail and I went parasailing. If you've never parasailed, put that on your bucket list. And it's not scary at all. It's not scary at all. Nice, fun, and relaxing. Just 1 more minute here. I'm going to get into Mike Tyson versus Muhammad Ali. Iron Mike Tyson versus Muhammad, the greatest, Ali. I am the greatest. Yes. I'm sorry I took such a hiatus, but vacation is a time for relaxing. It's time for It's time for renewal. It's time for restoration. It's time for restoration. And then sometimes you need a vacation from the vacation, the packing, the carrying of luggage. Let's see. I'm trying to see who else joined. Sorry. Okay, let's get started. Muhammad Ali versus Mike Tyson. Two of the greatest heavyweights in the history of boxing. They're both legendary. They both made an impact on the sport, and they were both great fighters and great champions. They really were. Styles makes fights. The styles makes fights, and I can't help but to think back to the Buster Douglas fight. How Buster Douglas was able to beat Mike Tyson, and it was simple for me. It was the jab, and it was the ability to control the distance. Tyson was like a quicker version of Smoking Joe in his prime. Yes, and I agree with that. I agree with that, Bo Yerks. But yeah, going back to Tyson with his jab, with his timing, and he survived. He survived the first 4 rounds with Mike Tyson. Okay, and he kept Mike Tyson off balance to the fight, and he used excellent footwork. Okay, so I believe the question is, who else besides Buster Douglas has a tremendous jab? Who else besides Buster Douglas had great footwork? Who else besides Buster Douglas knew how to control the distance? You guessed right, Muhammad Ali. And Muhammad Ali, at his greatest, just seemed unbeatable. Now we know in the back of our minds that no one is unbeatable, but what fighter in the history of boxing do you actually think could beat a prime Muhammad Ali, or Muhammad Ali at his best? Now Mike Tyson, he was great at getting on the inside, and he had excellent footwork himself. And Mike Tyson was great at closing the distance, smothering his opponents, getting to those ribs, working that body, and going up top, right? But that's if he could get past Muhammad Ali's jab. Now, one advantage for Mike Tyson is Muhammad Ali, as great as he was, Muhammad Ali was susceptible to a left hook. And we saw how Frazier knocked him down. I believe it was the 14th round of their first fight. And that guy, Henry Cooper, caught Muhammad Ali with the left hook. So Muhammad Ali was susceptible to a good left hook, which Mike Tyson probably has the best left hook in boxing next to Joe Frazier. I think Joe Frazier's left hook was a little better than Mike Tyson's, but that is one of Muhammad Ali's weak spots. So he would definitely have to be on guard. And as Bo Yerk said, Mike Tyson was quicker than Joe Frazier. They both had the same style, the bobbing, the weaving. They were both short heavyweights. They both love to work the body. They both love to work the body. But there's something else we have to think about too, and that is the mental game. That is the mental game. And we know that Muhammad Ali knew how to get inside of his opponent's head. Muhammad Ali could get under their skin, and yes, and he could just control his opponents mentally, for lack of a better term. Control his opponents mentally. He played on his opponents' emotions. He played on their anger, probably played on their fears, a little bit and played on their pride, played on their pride. And there were some instances to where Muhammad Ali's opponents were so mad and so frustrated that that was their motivation for beating Muhammad Ali, frustration. And George Foreman was a prime example of that. And so the mental game. And we definitely know that Muhammad Ali's mental game was on lock. His mental game was great. And do I think he could get in Tyson's head? Absolutely. Absolutely. He'd probably have Mike Tyson mad. And Mike Tyson would try to go out there to destroy Ali, and he would run into something. And so Muhammad Ali, the height advantage, I forgot to mention the height advantage that Muhammad Ali would have. So Ali has the height advantage, it definitely has the reach advantage. I'm pretty sure he has the reach advantage, the footwork, the quickness. And one advantage that Tyson had over his opponents that I don't think he would have over Ali is the fear factor. The fear factor. A lot of Tyson's opponents, especially in the beginning, were scared to death of Tyson. And so a lot of those guys were already beaten before the first bell even rang. But I don't think that would be Muhammad Ali. I really don't. Now, I'll say that Tyson has a good chance if he can get past Ali's jab, get inside that reach, and deliver his body shots and come up top with something, most likely a left hook. But that's a big if. Those are big ifs. And I believe the quickness and the timing of Ali would play a major factor in this. I really do. And it would be a great fight, especially both fighters being at their best. It would be a great fight. But I truly feel that Ali has all the advantages in this fight. The things I mentioned already, the size, the jab, the speed, the footwork, the mental. And when things weren't going Tyson's way, he would get frustrated. And I think the biggest thing that hurt Tyson in his career, the biggest thing that hurt him in his career is he didn't handle adversity well inside of the ring. Everything was all good for him when it was going his way. But as soon as he faced adversity, as soon as he came across fighters who fought back, as soon as he came across fighters who weren't afraid of him, then things changed for him. He beat Razor Ruddock twice. The first fight in a questionable stoppage, and in the second fight, a decision win, if my memory serves me correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. But my point is, Razor Ruddock wasn't afraid of Tyson, and he did pretty well against Tyson. Razor Ruddock caught Tyson with some vicious shots. He really did. And so, I believe my decision is clear. I just see Ali having his way with Tyson. I see Ali having his way. I see him getting inside of his head before the fight with the trash talk, with the name calling. And he would have some names for Tyson. And I don't think that Tyson could keep it together mentally against Muhammad Ali. Yes, Terrell C., the Razor Ruddock fights was tough fights for Mike here. Razor Ruddock was a bad dude. He really was. Yeah, he was a bad dude. Wasn't afraid of Tyson. And that's what I admired most about him. Wasn't afraid of Tyson. Took the fight to Tyson. Yes. But I just don't see Tyson being able to handle the pressure of fighting someone is skilled, is charismatic. Terrell C. Yep, I think the press conference and build up to the fight would be entertaining. It would be legendary. It would definitely be legendary. And I would have loved to see how Mike Tyson handles Ali's antics, his shenanigans, and being at the press conference. Just the game. If you can beat your opponents mentally, that's half the battle right there. That's half the battle. And so I just see Muhammad Ali stopping Mike Tyson midway through. I really do. I just think that Mike Tyson takes too many punches, trying to get, and I see Mike Tyson becoming frustrated, winging his. I just see Ali stopping Tyson. And so let me know what you think. I have Ali by stoppage. The ref is going to step in at some point. So those are my thoughts. And so what I'm going to do is just kind of let me know your thoughts. Let me see something here. Let me see something here. Trying to see something. And if I was thinking, I would have, at the beginning of the video, enabled it for you all to chime in with a video response. So I'm trying to see if there's any way I can do that. I was thinking about that, Terrell C. Floyd Mayweather versus Ray Leonard live stream. And you know what? I'm going to do that sometime this weekend. I think that would be a great one. Yeah, absolutely. And that the second most popular fantasy fight. Floyd Money Mayweather versus Sugar Ray Leonard. Guess I don't think it's going to let me do what I want. I'm new to this streaming thing, so bear with me. But during the next stream, I will enable it to enable video responses. Yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun. Joe Frazier versus David Tua. Absolutely. Seymour Jones. Absolutely. And there are other fight requests that I haven't gotten to yet that I definitely will get to. Out a lot of them, but I still have some more to go. So bear with me, folks. Don't jump ship. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Is there any boxing coming up? Is there any boxing coming up? I've kind of been out of the loop. Terrell C. I'm going to go with Tua. I won't spoil my video, but I will say that Tua was underrated. He was extremely underrated. And what I liked about Tua is that little guy had power. He was so vicious. He was so tough. He was so quick. David Tua was the real deal. The Tua man was the real deal. As we say in this era, he definitely deserves his flowers. And we as fans should give him his flowers. Yeah, David Tua was the real deal. How about that Ryan Garcia? Yes, Seymour Jones. Both underrated with crazy left hooks. And you always had to be on the lookout for those left hooks. Yeah, they had devastating left hooks, and I mean devastating. Yeah, you really had to Yes. Joe Frazier, Mike Tyson, and David Tua were probably, I won't even say probably, they were the three top heavyweight left hookers. I don't know any other heavyweight who had a better left hook than those three. So we could put Henry Cooper in there. Yes, decapitating left hooks. And that is one shot I would not want to get caught with. And David Tua, he was the last to use that cross arm defense. After David Tua, I haven't seen any fighter really use that cross arm defense. And I love that style. And I'm surprised no one else has ever used it. There must be a reason. Terrell C. And I'm not sure in the Tyson versus Ali. Still, I'm going to go with Ali by decision. Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call. I'm still having some technical difficulties. I don't have the best Wi-Fi right now, so please bear with me. I may have to cut it short for that reason, but yes, that cross arm defense is good. Formers and cutting off the ring, I believe. Absolutely. Absolutely. Style. It was just fun to watch. Archie Moore, Joe Frazier. And when Tiafimo fought Josh Taylor, I saw him attempt to use it a couple times. So you still have believe I forgot Burt Cooper had a tremendous cross arm defense. Yes. It was just fun to watch. Absolutely. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. Being on vacation is fun, but it gets you out of it gets you out of your routine. So just trying to get back into my routine with work, with home, with family, and this boxing channel. I want to get back on track with the boxing channel. You're right, Terrell C. You're right. I knew someone was fighting this week, and I love to see Shakur fight. I really do. Or soon, okay. And I truly believe that Shakur and Tank is the next super fight that fans want to see. I just hope that they don't take forever to make that with Spence and Bud. And Seymour Jones. Oh, what's wrong with Shakur, man? What's wrong with Shakur? You're not a fan? I know that most fans didn't like his last performance. And I'm one to give fighters the benefit of the doubt, especially if they have an awkward fighter in front of them. But I believe that Shakur still has it. Too technical, my guy. I understand. I understand, just different tastes. And I love that style. I'm a fan of that extreme technical stuff, just the extreme fundamentals. I love watching that kind of stuff. But I understand. I understand. But it's not boring to me. It's not boring to me. Seymour Jones. Yes. And I love Chris Bird too. I love to watch Chris Bird fight. Had a very pretty style. Yeah, I love it. And what's so funny, I'd rather see those types of fights than slugfest. Give me a good tactical bout over a slugfest any day. Yeah, that's your twist. Oh, my God. I see you, Seymour Jones. I see you. Yes, indeedy. Yeah, that's your twist. Oh, I thought you were responding to when I said that Chris Bird had a pretty style. It's all good. Yes, I love fighters like Floyd Mayweather, Rigondeaux, Lara, who else? Chris Bird. I'm forgetting somebody else. Andre Ward. Yeah, I love fighters like that. But yes, make Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson as soon as possible. Don't let the fight marinate. I'm not interested in the fight marinating. I'm interested in both of these guys fighting while they're still at their best to eliminate any excuses. What do you all think of Ryan Garcia? And I was pulling for the guy. I was even defending him against his haters. But some people make it hard for you to defend them. I was responding to you saying Chris Bird had a great style. That's why I answered what. Oh man, you got me, man. But I like awkward fighters also, and he just had that awkward southpaw style. Terrell C. My favorite Floyd fight, Gaddy, Diego, Philip Indu. All great fights. And it was a Corrales fight that made me a fan. I was blown away. As a matter of fact, I was nervous for Floyd in that fight because Corrales was a killer machine, and Floyd made him look like an amateur. Nothing against Corrales. Corrales showed up to fight, but it was just Floyd was a true phenomenon. Phenomenon. Seymour Jones. Who do you got? Du Bois or Joshua? I'm leaning towards Du Bois in this one. Du Bois, however you say it. Hope I'm not butchering it too bad, but I've got Du Bois in this. I just have a feeling. Yes, Terrell C. Ryan Garcia. I'm just so frustrated with him because he's basically thrown his career away. He had everything. He had the marketability. He had the looks. He had the he had the Oscar De La Hoya thing about him. He just had everything working for him, but some people just can't stay out of their own way. So that's on him. I was pulling for him. I was in his corner, but if you want to be an idiot, I'm having a great time. In my next live, like I said, I'm going to enable video responses. I guess Joshua and Wilder are gonna be one of those fights that never happened, and it's a sin and a shame. It really is. I could go out after that fight, but there was no reason that fight shouldn't have been made. And the powers that be in the sport should really be ashamed. Really should be ashamed of themselves. This is crazy. Seymour Jones. That's a crazy fight. I think a loss either side set both fighters back. They both scared. Seymour Jones. They cared about their fans. So, as a matter of fact, after after Wilder lost to Parker, they should have made that fight. They both had 3 losses at the time, and UFC is gaining on us. Okay, so these promoters really need to get it together, and these fighters. But I just hope the sport can get really need. I do think that Loma versus Tank will be an interesting fight, and I really feel that Tank Davis versus Davis's fight, the perfect test. That's the perfect test. Test. That's the perfect test. So what other fights are on the horizon? Bivol versus Bev. Just having some trouble with my Wi-Fi, but I'm gonna keep pressing through. Yes, yes. You know what I want to do in the near future? I want to have debates on this channel. I want to have respectable debates on this channel. If you disagree with anything that I say or any of my analysis, call me out on it and tell me you want to have a debate live on here, and I think that would be a lot of fun. I think that would be a lot of fun. So, and what fun is any boxing channel or boxing forum if everyone agreed all the time? That would be no fun. It would be boring. So yes, different opinions. I love different opinions, and there's a way to disagree respectfully. I'm all for it. So yeah, let me know if you want to have a debate with me, if you want to have a discussion with me, or if you want to call me out on one of my predictions. Feel free to do so. Yeah, I would love that. Yeah, let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Yeah, tell me what you think of that. And it will be all good. It will be all good. So, yeah, I definitely want to include you all more on my videos because I read your comments and you all have some insight. You all have some insight. So I definitely think that it would add so much to the channel and that it would make it more fun. So I'm gonna go for a few more minutes here. Just jump in here. And if you're watching, you might as well subscribe. You're just pressing a button versus Floyd Mayweather live tomorrow. So I'm gonna schedule that, but it's gonna be for the evening time. So I don't usually have anything going on in the evening time, so that's a good time to do it. I may do it at the same time, maybe 9 o'clock tomorrow. So just to give you heads up on that. Yeah. Give me some more of your thoughts on Mike Tyson versus Muhammad Ali. But yes, tremendous fantasy fight. Tremendous. So let me ask you, whose undefeated record is going to end next? Who do you think the next fighter is going to be to lose their O? I'm curious. I have my thoughts, but whose O is going to go next? I have a feeling that it's going to be Beterbiev when he fights Bivol. Just have a gut feeling that he's going to take his first loss. Shakur. I almost said Shakur, but I won't lie. I sort of have a bias towards Shakur, which is why I didn't say it, but he was the first one to pop in my mind for some reason. I just didn't want to admit it. So, and I hope you're wrong, Terrell C, because I really like Shakur. I really like Shakur. So, who do you think is the next loss is going to be against? Do you think it's going to be against Tank or in his up and coming fight? Shakur. Hope you're wrong. Yes. And I used to think that Shakur would box circles around Tank, but the more I see Tank fight, well, let's just say that that's changed for me. That's changed, and I'm actually leaning more towards Tank. I would like to think that they're evenly matched, but I thought that Bud and Spence were evenly matched. So you just never know. You just never know. All I know is Tank is destroying everything that's put in front of him. And for some reason, Tank gets a lot of criticism for his resume or level of opposition, but this guy is fighting quality opposition. So I'm not sure what fans expect at this point. I am curious to see how Tank does against fighters like Tiafimo, Devin Haney, and those guys, but me too. I thought Bud and Spence was evenly matched. And as a Spence fan, Terrell, I talked so much garbage for 5 years. I talked so much about how Spence would destroy Bud, how he would destroy his body, tear him up, and that I was wrong. And I hate being wrong. Ha ha. Yeah. Whew, I'm still getting over that fight. Although it's been about a year ago. It was last July. And I'm just, wow. But how could you do that to my guy? How could you destroy him like that? I was not expecting that at all. I knew there was a chance that Bud could pull off a decision, but I just didn't expect him to totally obliterate Spence. I didn't expect that at all. Man, man, oh man. I just hope that that fight didn't damage him permanently. Now, sure, a loss like that will have an effect on you, but I just want to see a little more from him before he hangs him up. Yes, Terrell, that year went by very fast. And I'm sort of glad it did. I need time and space away from that fight. I was just so disappointed. But it let me know how great Bud is. That guy was about business. And I'm gonna make a controversial statement. Bud is one of the few fighters I believe could have beat Floyd Mayweather. I said it. And I'm a Floyd fan, but yes. Terrence Bud Crawford is on that level. He is on that level. And the only competitive fight for Terrence Bud Crawford at this point is Canelo Alvarez, excuse me. I don't even think Boots is it. I don't even think Boots is it. So if I was Terrence Bud Crawford, I would go up and wait, fight Canelo Alvarez, make that money, make that legacy fight, and hang him up if you want to. My opinion. Now, on a regular basis, I don't know where the sport went wrong. I'm not sure what these promoters are doing. They're up and coming unknown fighters. Just give us some fights to keep our appetites wet. But I'm tired of waiting weeks between fights. Let's make these fights happen and stop putting everything on pay-per-view. There are so many unknown fighters that are involved in pay-per-view. But who am I? I'm going to jump off of here soon. I just wanted to try this new model of doing fantasy fights via live stream. And I'm thinking about doing all the requests via live stream just to see what the engagement is. Bo versus Lewis. I think I'm going to do it again via live stream Brandon Lamb, what's happening, man? What's going on? Glad to see you. I have a confession to make, Brandon Lamb. I intended I intended to do a live at 10 a.m., but I overslept. I didn't wake up till 10:30 a.m. And it seems like every time I actually plan the lives out, something happens. Yeah, so I'm sorry about that. What's good with you, Brandon Lamb? Who do you think would win between Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson? Who you got? Yes, sir. Hey, glad you all could jump on here, spend a little time with me. Oh, you're picking Mike Tyson. Wow. Okay. The first Tyson pick on this live. Yes, so how would Tyson pull this off, Brandon? How would Tyson pull this off? It would be a tremendous fight. I just wish that we had a time machine to where we could go get both of them in their primes and at their best and put them in the ring. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And Brandon, I'm gonna try to do a live stream tomorrow night. Sugar Ray Leonard versus Floyd Mayweather. I'm gonna do that between 9 and 10. So just to give you a heads up. Ali was amazing because he moved around the ring too much. He didn't focus enough on managing distance. Interesting. And Mike works best against the guys who move away from him. You make a tremendous point. That's a great point, Brandon. Didn't think about that, but you're right. Terrell C liked them both. I think Tyson can get low and duck under Ali's punches. Yes, Ali's uppercut would definitely have to be a factor in this fight. But as I said earlier, he would open himself up for Mike Tyson's left hook. Hmm. Very interesting points, guys. Very interesting points, which is why I love these discussions. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, I have a few more fight requests that I haven't gotten to yet, but it's my priority. Brandon Lamb, I want to make a YouTube channel for uploading my own thoughts on boxing as well. I have a lot to say, as you know. And Brandon Lamb, you should do that. As a matter of fact, I'm surprised that you didn't. After reading your comments, yeah, you are extremely insightful about the sport. So absolutely, and you have my support. I will be your first subscriber. And if you're open to collaborations, I would love that as well. So, man, start that channel. Yeah, start it tonight. Sooner the better. Absolutely. Man, my pleasure. My pleasure. Terrell C., you think Tyson would throw feints at Ali to throw his timing off to get inside? And see, as I was making my prediction, I didn't even think about that. And Tyson did have that quick side to side movement, and he had that upper body movement. So he was great at throwing feints. So I will say this: if Tyson is focused, if he's at his best and he's being trained by Kevin Rooney, I definitely think those feints missing in the buff, those feints. He didn't use those feints enough. Those feints are more important than people realize. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hmm. Didn't think about that. But what about the hand speed of Ali? Joseph Turner. Welcome, sir. Ali was not a man who could be knocked out. Tyson was, even at his best. And I totally agree with that. I totally agree. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, Ali was mentally tougher, a lot better. So even if the fight wasn't going his way, he would come back. That's definitely a fight on. Yep, Ali wasn't easy to stop. The guy was a warrior. He was a true warrior and had a chin. I mean, how in the world did he bounce up from getting dropped by Joe Frazier? Because when Frazier connected with that left hook in their first fight, he almost knocked Ali's head off, but Ali just jumped up like nothing happened. And so, but I do need to watch more footage of him, and that's something that I would do. Yes, Terrell C. Ali had a great chin. Yes. I've seen Buster Matthews Jr. in action on him. I'm going to try to make it to the hour mark. I'm going to try to make it to the hour mark. I would interview some fighters on this channel. I really would. And so there's a lot of plans I have for this channel, and just to switch it up a little bit sometimes so that it doesn't become mundane. Yep, just throwing ideas out there. Let me know what you think. And let me know what you think about the Fantasy Fight Discussion Live. Do you want to see more of these? Do you want to see less of these? Do you want me to stick to the old format or do more of these? I would just love to hear your thoughts on that. Or, just thought of something. Or, whenever you submit your fight requests, you do a regular video. Yeah, just let me know. Just let me know. But high profile fantasy fights, I definitely will do live. Even if I've already covered those videos, I think a live discussion is beneficial. I'm gonna try to get in bed a little early tonight. I didn't go to bed till about 1 in the morning last night. I'm not 20, so I have to stop acting like it. The older you get, your body changes. So I have to start taking care of myself if I want to prolong this thing. So just a random thought. Just a random thought. And so I feel that Ali Tyson is the number one is the number one popular fantasy fight. Joseph Turner always seemed to have a great reserve and come back in the later rounds, whereas Tyson would start to fade and weaken. And I believe that was his downfall. I feel that was his downfall. Brandon Lamb, a great matchup is Evander Holyfield versus Maurice Bradis, the king of cruiserweights, against a very sharp and powerful counterpuncher in Bradis. Excellent fight. Excellent fight, Brandon. Yeah, that's one I would definitely cover. And I wish we would hear more about the cruiserweights. I really do. Cody the Great, how are you, sir? Excuse me, good to see you. Good to see you. Joseph Turner, Ali, had a great reserve. He did. He did. Great stamina, 15-round experience. Yeah. He had a tank on him, as I like to say it. He had a tank on him. Go for a few more minutes here. You guys are great. You guys are great. And I enjoy talking boxing with you all. I'm gonna go for about 5 more minutes here. Brandon Lamb, you can never count out the hand speed of the greatest. He would make things difficult for anyone in history. Absolutely. And of course, I've never been in the ring with him or anybody, but it seems that, or I wonder if his opponents ever saw his punches coming. And to me, that would be scary, just constantly being hit with shots I didn't see coming. That would be nerve-wracking right there. That would be nerve-wracking. I remember Richard Pryor was joking that he fought Ali in a charity event and that he just saw something flashing in front of his face. And I wonder if that's how fighting Ali was, Brandon. Truly amazing fighter and human being, that Ali. Yeah, he was awesome. Yes. Cleveland Williams was underrated. He was underrated. And that was a great fight. I'm going to have to go back and watch it, but that was a tremendous fight. I remember watching that fight on ESPN Classics. You remember Ali when he was face to face with Wilt Chamberlain? I heard about it, but I didn't see it, Brandon, but I'm going to look that up. Excuse me. I'm definitely going to look it up. Yes, Terrell C. That's when Ali was on top of his game. Yeah, he was so sharp. The guy was so sharp. And I love that. I love that overhand counter right from Muhammad Ali, or the pull counter. His pull counter was beautiful. Floyd had a tremendous pull counter, but yes, I love that shot. Well, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to do this more. I'm going to do it more frequently. And Terrell C. And I think Tyson was at his best against Tyrell Biggs. You are right. You are right. And when Tyson was on top of his game, he was just a true phenomenon. I just wish that he had the focus to stick with it. But it's hard. It's hard. Life is hard. So many distractions, especially at that level. But with that being said, I'm going to jump off of here. I appreciate you guys for joining me on this live. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be back tomorrow night between 9 and 10 p.m. So I won't schedule it because that's bad luck. Something will happen. God bless you, Brandon Lamb. And just it was great talking to you. Terrell C., you think Don King ruined his career? No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I love Don King as a promoter because he always gave us the fights, but so I will see you all tomorrow night. Take care. God bless. And Robin. Yes. Yes. And Robin. Yeah, she wasn't the best for him.